In regards to dealing with 50 Cent, what did y'all learn from Little Meech?
I never want to be on 50's bad side. That's all. I just learned that, and I never want to owe 50 money ever in life. Not from Lil Meech, but just in general, just from knowing 50.
Thing. Never owe money.
Never owe money because I know he wants it by Monday, and I just and I just want to stay on his good side. That's it. I don't know. With him and the whole Lil Meech thing, I have no clue. I'm not privy to truly what's going on there. I just know my loyalty runs deep. I know the day I booked this role, one of the first things I did, you would appreciate it, Charlamagne, because you're a little messy. First thing I did was I went straight to Ja Rule's Instagram and pressed unfollow. It says follow back right now. It says follow back because I'd already met Ja. I'd already met him. And but long before I got on power, I met him and he followed me, his manager and everything. And I said, the one thing that will not happen, Curtis Jackson will not choose to just be sitting down one day and go on Ja Rule's page and see followed by Chris D. Lofton. You will not. And I just unfollowed him.
No Ja Rule on the playlist anymore?
No, God heavens, no.
Heavens, though. You should hang around with me for too long.
On the table, on the world, like people got to go back 20, 30 years ago. It wasn't as many superstars, athletes or entertainers as it is right now. You know what I'm saying? Or as many entrepreneurs, as it is right now with the internet.
Information is everywhere, man.
It's everywhere. So like the internet is a gift and a curse. Yeah, you gotta. The only bad thing about the internet is every fucking body got an opinion. So this is why the young people, their stomachs got to be strong. You got to be able to accept somebody saying anything about you, because any person got to. The dude can be out there in Africa in the fucking safari, and he can get on the fucking computer and give you a negative comment. These people's opinions don't count. A person on a farm somewhere, opinion don't count for real. You got 100 comments, 90 of them good, 10 of them bad, but you let them 10 bad ones get to you. See what I'm saying? That's part of being weak-minded or having a weak stomach, because you come up in this era. My era, I don't give a damn what you think. I'm pushing forward. I'm pushing forward. I'm not gonna stay stagnated or go low because of what you think about me, or you feel my hair wasn't right, or I'm dressing too young. Like this, somebody else just said my outfit look great. They can't wait. You know what I'm saying? Then you got you saying, well, he need to throw some over the year. Then I got a picture with Air Force Ones. They ain't up to your standard. You know, I got a picture with the Louis Vuitton shoes on. Why he put them on? Like, come on, man.
You gotta gravitate towards the.
You gotta do what works for you. You can't please it. You can't spend time trying to please everybody. You can't make everybody happy. That's an impossible feat to accomplish.
Man had to. He started firing clean shots, no hesitation. And just like that, Big Meech was back in the crosshairs. That's why I dropped a link to that old Breakfast Club clip in the description. It matters. Especially once Chris D. Lofton, one of the current power actors, put everything out in the open for the world to see. Chris D. Lofton was the one who posted it, making it crystal clear he was the source. A direct DM from Big Meech, but his loyalty to 50 was already locked in. He had even unfollowed Ja Rule, so the message couldn't be clearer. Sides were chosen. No confusion. No fence-sitting. Maybe Big Meech didn't see it. Or maybe he didn't know. Because staying tapped into every internet move while keeping a street mindset isn't easy. Either way, Big Meech still reached out, saying, "What's up? Bam. Let's work." Chris D. Lofton shut it down immediately. Not a chance, Demetrius. And he didn't keep it private either. He posted it straight to his story. 50 caught wind instantly and fired back. "Work on what?" he said. "He's an actor. He don't want to sell dope. Fool. You watching too much force." Then 50 stretched a moment for maximum effect. The message was obvious. You only hitting him up because you see his character on Power. That's the joke. He was clowning the whole idea, making it clear this is TV, not real life. The tone felt like pure mockery, like Big Meech doesn't have many lanes left, especially with BMF wrapped up and no new moves popping. And Chris D. Lofton knew exactly what he was doing by posting it. Straight trolling. No misunderstandings. At the same time, he made his position loud and clear. If 50 Cent has smoke with someone, he's not crossing that line. Period. He wasn't about to risk opportunities. And he doubled down by joking about it publicly, giving 50 yet another clean opening to take another shot at Big Meech. Now, to be fair, I don't know if Big Meech even runs his own Instagram like that. You're not going to catch everything online anyway. That's real. But I can only go by what we've seen. And by the way, 50 has moved since he stepped into the game. The way he's handled you, others, even your son. The pattern is loud and consistent. I'm not reaching out to anyone even remotely connected to 50, because you already know that message is going straight back to him. No doubt, loyalty has already been chosen, and it's with 50 over you, especially.
The biggest boss, Ricky Rose. The time has come. Meech home. February 13th. Get your tickets right now. It's going down. We know Florida gonna be there. Miami gonna be there. The legend himself gonna be in the building.
That was a
Clearly doesn't rock with. It doesn't add up. You're talking about one of the main people who've been going back and forth with the hardest. And Big Meech, I don't even know if you're the one actually running that Instagram. Maybe you are. Maybe you aren't. Maybe it just wasn't thought through. I don't know if he's ever even met that guy in real life. But I do know this. If I send a DM like that, it's getting back to 50 immediately and turned into fresh ammo against me. I don't think Big Meech is losing sleep over it. He's probably not stressed and doesn't care much about them using it for content. Still, the question remains, why deal with it at all? Everybody knows how this game works. Lines get drawn fast, so why step into the middle and make an already messy situation worse? 50 Cent clearly felt a way about you linking up with Rick Ross, and nobody was surprised by his reaction. That's just how 50 operates. He's always been on that choose-a-side energy, whether people agree with it or not. Once someone shows you how they move, you've got to adjust accordingly. No excuses. No confusion. Whether you like it or not doesn't matter, because you already know what you're signing up for, especially when it's a plug. He wasn't just involved. He was the main connection behind the BMF show, the look of the series, and even the opportunities your son had at that.
I knew I could even act at all before even acting was even a thought. My dad called me one day and told me that he wanted me to fly to Atlanta in his presence so I could meet 50 for the first time and see the first casting that he was doing. You know, so I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up. I'm like, 50 calling me. So I answered the phone. He like, hey, what you think about going to acting classes? I want you to play your dad. And at first, you know, it sounded crazy, but of course, you know, I'm gonna do it. I'm not doing nothing. So of course I wanted to do it. You know, I just didn't know if I could do it.
So,
when you step out and start moving differently, you've got to be ready for the consequences that come with it. I don't know what Big Meech was thinking, but if it were me, I'd be playing the game exactly the way it's meant to be played. I wouldn't even be in people's DMs around him unless it was face-to-face, because all that does is hand him more ammo, and that's the last thing you want right now. At its core, this situation comes down to timing and awareness, and that's where it fell apart. When you're dealing with someone like 50, every move is under a microscope. Every screenshot counts. Every DM can turn into a headline overnight. You can't move casually in an environment that's already tense, especially when pride, business, and family are all tied together. What made it even louder is how easily it could have stayed quiet. Nobody was forced to send messages. Nobody was forced to reply. And nobody was forced to take it public. But once it crossed that line, the internet ran with it. Fast. That's just how this game works. One post turns into 10 opinions, and suddenly it's bigger than it ever was to begin with. And let's be real.
So I flew out there and it was lined around the street. And the first time I met 50, you know, it was just genuine. And I sat by him and we actually got to watch people audition for a couple hours. And the next day he called me 8 o'clock in the morning, woke me up.
People keep overlooking that part. Moving forward, the smartest move is silence and discipline. No extra talking, no unnecessary reaching, no reckless moves. Every time something leaks, it just reloads a clip. Right now, the worst thing you can do is keep handing out more ammo. This is where people really get it wrong. This isn't about emotions. It's about leverage and control. When someone already has the spotlight, the platform, and the receipts, you can't afford to move carelessly. Every small move turns into a bigger play the moment it hits the internet, and that's exactly how situations like this keep spiraling. What makes it worse is that privacy doesn't exist anymore. A DM isn't just a message, it's potential content. Screenshots, captions, jokes waiting to happen. Once it leaves your phone, assume it's already being passed around, laughed at, and lined up for the next post. That's just the reality we're in. Respect doesn't mean much when the power balance is uneven. If someone feels crossed, played, or embarrassed, they are going to respond in a way that keeps them on top. That's not emotional, it's calculated. And too many people pretend that part doesn't matter. So if you're smart, you slow everything down. No emotional reactions. No side conversations. No trying to explain yourself to people who already picked a side. Once a situation turns into entertainment, it stops being about truth and becomes about impact, and that's when it gets dangerous. At the end of the day, it is what it is. We've seen this play out the same way every time. Whenever something like this pops up, 50 moves exactly how 50 always moves, especially when Lil Meech's name hits the headlines. After everything that's already been put online, it's clear how he operates, and that pattern isn't changing anytime soon. If anything is moving under his personal umbrella, you don't want to be tied to it. Lines have already been crossed. Names have already been mentioned. Heavy allegations have already been thrown out there, confirmed or not. Once that door opens, there's no closing it, and people have to move like they understand exactly who they are dealing with. If someone is getting money with you and already showing loyalty, I've got to keep it real. I'm stepping back. He's already shown who he is, how he moves, and how far he's willing to take it.